Nicky Hawkins just come back from the Bramall Lane Virtually West Ham Fan TV. Andy, not vintage, but the job was done, and we're flying up that table, mate.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I was just saying to my old man, mate, this team reminds me of a David Moyes Everton team just before he left. Sounds like very stereotypical, but he had all the workhorses in the midfield, the fullbacks bombing forwards, and I really can't grumble, mate. If you said I'm not, we should have took the 6 points. Realistically, we'd think, but the fact that we haven't played well, not saying we haven't played well, we've not been at our best and get grinding out the results. That's more than we can ask for. Last year we would have lost them.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I do agree with you. There are some issues at West Ham in regards to, like, is Moisey showing too much trust in certain people, like reluctant to change it? You know, you got Ben Rama sitting there. I thought it was a perfect game for Ben Rama to come in today and sort of unlock the defence. And he just sort of goes with Bowen, who's not playing very well. Fornells, I thought was a little bit better this week than last week. But there's players sitting there on the bench there that, you know, and I think Haller feels this because you see when he scored the goal that they think no matter what they do, they're not going to get their chance because there's people just set in their ways. I think that's got to change.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm not saying that the system's wrong because I do like the system. Defensively, we're very sound. But if we drew 0-0, we would be saying the same thing, that he should have changed it. I'm not 1-0 was a very different game. If we were 3-0 up, like what we were at Wolves at home, then you can understand that. But teams, no disrespect to Sheffield United, they're not last season. That you can tell by their back four, their confidence is low. And if you had Ben Rama, I'm guessing they'd rather play a Bowen or a Fornells than Ben Rama, in my opinion. But I thought Haller was, in the first half, he was very rusty. But for the service what he was given, I thought he'd done very well. After his goal, especially, he was winning a few headers. Don't get me wrong, they weren't going in the right direction, but you can just sort of see that going away on that international break helped him as well.
I think he has picked it up, and you know what? I've just thought about it just now after he said it. Is there a bit of a problem between Haller and some of his teammates because they don't seem to want to give the ball to him too often?
I think they're just used to Antonio. I think that's what it is. Just think since March, they get the ball, they play the ball down the line, but they can't do that no more. Like Alan Smith said on commentary, we've not really got a plan B. But Ben Rama is our plan B, if you know what I mean. He can switch it from one side to the other. I thought Lanzini done very well when he came on. He was the spark what we needed. But O'Connor, for me, he was the difference today. I think the result may have been a lot different if he wasn't in that back five.
It seems to be the difference every week. How far can we go?
Top half, I think. I think I think the next test will be Man United. I think Leeds will be a tough game, but I think we should go back to that system. But Villa next week, I think they got proved yesterday. We just need to run at them, and I think Ben Rama would be the king against Villa next week, in my opinion.
Massively plays, mate. Well, Andy, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
No, that's all, mate. Take care. Cheers. Bye.